I'm just gonna play a little bit of a solo flute piece that I wrote. This piece I wrote to finish my doctoral degree that was in 2020 when COVID happened, right? And at that point, I had in my mind that the final concert was gonna be with big band and all that, and then I couldn't play with nobody, right? So I thought to myself, like, if I were to be a one-man show, and how can I create some sort of like percussion with bass, with accompaniment, and still play the melody. So this is something kind of inspired in Sumtu. Do you know the Sumtu by Ian Clark?
Yeah.
Yes. It goes like that. It's like a blues inspired, right? So this is kind of like similar concept of a one-man show. But initially I wanted to play some jazz elements. So typically the drum will be like, and when you got the flute, it's like, right? So adding like that element, and then the bass will be like, right? So a little bit like more like funky blues-ish, right? And then since I already was accompanying those sounds, the flute or the melody is gonna be singing. So this is what came out of that experiment. So that's like a little intro of that, right? So from those sounds that I play, is there something that you're not familiar with? Or something that you have any questions so far before I start talking more?
It's the combination of the techniques. I think we have to study a little bit all techniques differently, and after you make a combination. So is there the singing and the making, for example, so
the kicks?
Voilà, yes.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's interesting to how to study to make this these two together.
Come here, both of you. Okay. So the first thing I always say, you need to have the sound in your head, right, first. So let's say that we, instead of using metronome, we're gonna be using the kick drum, like, you know how to do that beatbox? Yeah, kind of. Okay, so can you do it? Okay, good enough, right? So it's almost like doing the sound, but you also, it's like playing trumpet, like, right? But you, instead of doing the buzz, you, with that same pressure, you just say, try to do a buzz. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, one more time. There you go. So you see that it requires a lot of pressure to do the buzzing like a trumpet, and now with that same, yeah, right? And right, but you need to. If I don't open, like I'm gonna open slowly. Right, you need to create this resonance, right? So then this is just an amplification of that. I'm not playing any louder in this. And if I want more intensity, so can we do that? Just on G. Yeah. Let's see. With just sol or G. Can you play D? Can you keep going? Nice. Now that I have the beat, do you know how to do like a snare? So I put my tongue like this, so the air goes fast, and then but then you need to leave your mouth kind of like, because if you do it too away from the flute, like, you need to steal your yes. So more in the side. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna do. So let's do 1, 2. Right, so there's 2 versions of this. Now, when you're walking home, you're gonna be like walking, right? So it's like doing this beat all the time. Now, there's a different version of the snare, which is, to me, a little bit more difficult. It's almost like you're throwing a kiss, like, right? But it's like you do, but it's just like, they do this, right? Now you do, but like the same time, and the lips same as, right? But so it's like you're trying to get air in, but your lips are not letting you let, and then you open it. Can you try to get air in with the lips closed?
Are we breathing out?
No, in. You're breathing in. Kind, okay, and now, so you do that. So, when you have the flute, say no. Yeah, try it with the G. Okay, it took me a lot of time to figure that one out. So the main thing is to have a sort of snare that you already have the right. So now that can you do on G the on the same note. Very. And then keep going. And then D. Now, hi-hat. You know what hi-hat on drum is? Yep. That's easy, just the same T, right? So you're gonna do. Okay, now let me hear you. Can I hear you? Okay, and try to really emphasize that, so it doesn't sound like another like, right? Okay, so once you have that, then you don't have to think about it. Then you start adding other sounds. Using the same, right? You're gonna be doing this. Like, try G. And faster air. There you go. So don't do right? If the tongue is this is your mouth, right? Your tongue is doing this, so it makes the air go fast because it just makes it have more speed, and then that's what's creating it, not your teeth, right? Kind of. So you have I'm gonna to smell. Do more. There, again. Okay. So you need to, let's say you have the flute sound, and then forget about the flute sound. Whatever works, you can do. Let me see. Or more like, I like that, but then, can you see your tongue? There, you see? Okay, so the trick is to put the tip of your tongue behind the teeth. So it's not in the way, and it's almost like this, it creates like this path. For the air can only go down if you have the tongue like this. So I don't even have to think about position because it's already naturally going down. See? Okay. So let me see. Can you play A? So how are you gonna do? One, two, one, two, one, and only you're gonna do one. Okay. Okay, so you're gonna do you're gonna stay there all the time. You're gonna do 2 measures of E. One. Go down chromatic. One. And then C. 3, and 1. And then the last one is C natural, okay? One more time. 1, 2, ready, and. One more time. Keep going, and 1, keep going. Right? Okay.
Wow.
So you see that if you were, have you guys ever played with a pedal, like the guitar pedal? If you had a pedal, that I know at some point you will be using this for music, and you have a loop, you start like, right, and then you start, and you do the whole chord, right? Or if you're doing a recording for somebody, you can already do all of these elements in it, okay? Now, we're gonna play this together, and you're gonna improvise in A minor, anything, okay? Anything, okay? So do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. Now that's beautiful, right? That's on the key. Okay. The hardest thing, and you already know this, is to allow ourselves to sound ridiculous, right? To fail, right? Because we are always taught to be perfect, vibrato, in tune, all this stuff. And it's like to be free in music is to let all of that go and just explore all the sounds, right? The best teacher I ever had was a trombone player. And he'll be like, no, just use like, and I was like, like for sound, and that opens up so many possibilities. Let's do the same. Will be your accompaniment. I'll play the A, you play the same thing, and you improvise, okay? Okay. 1, 2, 3, and. So you both played with the normal flute sounds. I want you now to try to incorporate this stuff, right? For example, so I don't want to give ideas because then you're trying to imitate that. Follow whatever you feel. Yes, you can use flute sounds, but use this or right? And imagine the beat, and then let's give it a try. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. you're
Make
improvising.
improvisation.
Yeah, I'm improvising. Okay.
about-
1, 2, ready, One, two, three, and. Me in 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, so for example, using the air, you know, guitar players do that, right? That the more the, right? So using the air, you can do glissandos, right? 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 So think of simple melodies, right? And incorporate those sounds. Now I'm gonna imitate something, and you will. We've seen to get to this corner. I'm gonna imitate something on just one note, and you're gonna repeat it. Okay? This is gonna be G to A, glissando. 1, 2. And now, remember about the tongue? Can I see your tongue? You have and down the tip behind the low teeth. You have it here. You have it up, and so you have the tongue in. Okay, now, but it. So now you close it a little bit. Yes, exactly. You see? Okay, so one more time. Less flute sound. Can I hear it? So you do glissando and you uncover like this. Exactly. Okay. So one more time. Okay, and do. yes, very nice. Look. Okay. Ooh, that sounds so cool. All right. Oh, okay. So do the same thing. You but with D. So a lot of times, unless you raise your finger, you can do that as well. But if you leave it down, it's going to be flat. So you need to uncover the E. Yes, okay. Okay, so let's do that. One more time. Okay, and you do the G to A. Okay. Uh-huh. 1, 2, and. Last thing, you know how to sing and play? Okay. So let's do, for example, G. Okay, with that in pedal. Okay, ready?
We should say.
It's the same notes. So. Okay, you first. Good. Yeah. Okay, almost, right? Now do the opposite. Now do the opposite. Your voice is gonna be on top, and you're gonna do the scale going down. Okay, that's right. You need to start your voice.
Yeah.
You can also try
Yes.
on the hiatum. Very soon. Right?
Yeah, I should decide which.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should
Yeah.
do it one
Yeah.
octave more. Yeah.
Okay, one more time.
Yeah.
So you need to blow less air
Yeah.
because the low note is instead of being it's being. So just use a little bit less air. So. Something like that. Okay, let me hear you. Yes, right? So all this mental process that we're doing, when you do this a lot, it's gonna become like natural. You don't have to think about it, right? So then you can choose of playing the same notes, right? Some people relate this that I'm about to do like perfect pitch, but it's just practice. It's not perfect pitch, right? It's like to know the pitches that you're gonna be playing, the connection between the brain and fingers. Right? So then you can choose between doing unison or doing right? You can just do different harmonies when you're improvising. Okay? So we added two things. Just review. We have and we have, okay? So, no flute sounds. Keep on, let's do this. Let's keep on 5 notes. And you do whatever you want with those 5 notes. No flute sounds. Okay? You're not gonna start first. Okay? You did. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and. Two. singing and playing? One, two, 1, 2, 3. Singing and playing. Same thing. Listen. Yes. One more time. And 1, 2, ready, and. More of this. Oh, so this is like you're doing a double turn, but without air. You're just saying the words that. Yep. Right? And this is just to have pitch, right? So if for example, you know the piece that we're playing right now, right? Is Esto Piazzolla Libertando, right? So in Piazzolla's ensemble, if you see his videos playing, he uses a violin, right? And the violin usually does, right? A lot of that. So I try to do that here. Whatever it is, right? So use that and see what ideas comes out of that, okay? Let's try. 1, 2, 3. Anything is valid, okay? One more time. 1, 2, ready, and. Same thing. Ready? And.
I don't do it with the tongue. I think I make with the air.
Yeah, you're doing air right
with
now.
Air, yeah.
But earlier you did.
Yes.
So I think. Is it getting warm here or is it okay? I'm the one sweating.
I mean, I'm good, but you guys are playing and moving.
So what we want to do now is louder air sounds. For example, you can hear this in some music, but specifically on the Zoom 2 run that he finished right with that. And this is more like doing like. Right, it's like a really big push from your diaphragm, from your stomach, from whatever you want to call it. And like, right? So, and then you move your fingers. Right? And then you do the sound. So let's try that. Okay, yes. But more, you need to literally empty your lungs. Yes. Okay. And then maybe finish instead of oh, like that. It has like a brighter sound. Yes. Okay. And instead of doing a scale, you can do. Well, I'll probably just finish an A. Yes, okay. And same thing, tongue, remember? Behind the little teeth. And this is, right now you have this. So your lips are getting in the way. Do it up like this. And now more air. So you need to open your mouth just a little bit because you, there. Because your teeth are getting together like this, so it's, all right, so you need, if you open, you see? There, okay, better. Okay, so now do this and okay. So you notice, we have a concert tonight, by the way. But if you notice in the Tango, one of the times I come in, I usually like to use this as an introduction to the solo. So people are like, wait, what's happening? In case they're distracted, right? So if we're gonna, can we do the accompaniment? 1, 2, ready, and 1. Okay. Here we go. Fills the room, right? And that's a lot of air, right? So recap, we have today, we have the more forte, right? And we have the singing and putting. They already know. So on this last solo, okay, I want your introduction to be from, since we're in A minor, we're gonna do 5-1 or the dominant to the tonic, and you're gonna do, you have to start 1, 2, 3, okay? Make sure you land on A and then start improvising. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready? Not yet. You ready? Okay, almost. One more time. I'm gonna count 1, 2, and you start. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So yeah, you're gonna play on for 1, 2, 3. Exactly. And do it as loud as you can. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. One more time. how we do a jam session, right? And this can be applied in jazz. This can be applied in pop music, right? That you listen for fun. Everybody wants to have fun, right? Not everything can be work because it becomes boring or you start hating it, right? So if you find a new song that you like, right? Like for example, right from Dominic Bell, or that's old, or anything from movies. Try to figure out the melody. You both have great ear, and have fun with it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day, incorporating these elements. Listen to other instruments, like like guitars when they do their right, or saxophones where they do the when they're improvising and do like this is my version of when they have this sound that's like I don't know, it's like that. I just add or just voice. This will open up so many doors for you in every single thing. Questions for me?
There are some exercise or etudes for you can study all the techniques. I know the Robert Plick etudes and all like Maureen Clark, but different from that. Perhaps you have
So
your own exercise, perhaps.
yes. So I, for example, we kind of run away from Tafanem, right? And a lot of times, if you have the tone development through extent techniques, that's the book of Robert Dick. He does some of the or all that stuff, right? The way I was taught, and I think it's the most effective way, is to, my teacher always told me, start the first 5-10 minutes with improvising whatever you want, right? And we can do that. And you know what? Let me grab you seats. Let's do this here. How much time? What time is it?
It's 11:22.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. This will be
So like 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we'll sit. And I said, I don't do this much. I've been thinking about it because a lot of times if you don't practice it with a purpose, you forget of the ideas, right? So you told us just start doing anything like, whatever it is, right? So again, you can't be afraid of looking or sounding stupid or sounding ridiculous, right? Because everything is valid, everything is okay. So let's all improvise quietly on anything, like whatever you're feeling in the moment. Right, I'm just gonna start and you're gonna join me together, okay? Here we go. if you keep going, if you hear a beat that you like, follow, and let's change rhythms and beats together, okay? That's something that we did in school, and when the class was called improvisation. So you think you're gonna be like, right? But it wasn't that. It was exactly what we just did, and it was a lot of like psychological therapy, telling us accept everything, because everybody in that class was classically trained. People started like, it's like, no. So, and it's like exploring sound that you typically don't do. It's like, I wonder what happens if okay, this is one pitch, what happens if okay, so I can do glissando without changing the note. Right? So, okay, I discovered that by just being done with my instrument, right? And same thing with everything else. So, just a way of doing it. My favorite way is, and Angela, that, she's my wife, by the way. She can tell you guys that I do this almost every day. I look in YouTube, the latest famous songs, and I start searching. If I find something I like, and it's like in G minor or G major, I just like find out the key. Okay, and I start just improvising with it. Like, if I were to play with that, I'm the flutist of that artist, what would I do, right? And I was just like, okay, if it's in G, right? It could be really traditional, or it could be like, and it's like, oh, maybe the guitar is doing, without the notes, it's like more like that. So okay, I'll be like, right? So you notice that I'm also doing, I did that unconsciously, but I do that because I imitate a lot of percussion. In Puerto Rico or in Latin America, we have an instrument called a guiro. There's just a stick with it, and people play like that. Right, so I do. Or there are instruments that have like more like a bass line. Right, so there's always like, this is the ground, and I could do anything I want as long as I go back to. Right, so you have to absorb the components of the songs and what make them fun, right? If you go to Michael Jackson, right? Right, or beat it, the guitar is doing that. So you have to imitate this. That will be your assignment. Picking up your favorite song, figuring out what the drum is doing, or what the guitar is doing, what the bass is doing. If the singer is doing like, yeah, right? Right, or whatever it is. And this, because we're free to do this is the most versatile. This is the most versatile instrument. She plays bassoon. So it's like, this is the most versatile. So that's a way, the most fun way to practice flute. I do not recommend doing this before playing classical because this creates a lot of fatigue on your lips, and then you're gonna be playing your Mozart, you know, and then they're not gonna call you again. And that happens to me a lot. That's why I try to leave this class more percussion stuff towards the end, so I don't have to play anything perfect anymore. Because if I do at the beginning, then I'm not able to play. So take it from experience. I think the audience loves a varied program that you can make them cry, make them laugh, smile, and we have all that power in this thing. Okay. Any other questions for me, or things you heard or that I've done unconsciously that I could help explain? And
it's your creativity though, you cannot explain how.
Yeah, we should listen, I think we should listen a lot of
yes.
this kind of music, because perhaps the flutist also.
Yes.
to
Okay, so
make
there's,
this experience.
do you have your phone?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So let's do something. The easiest way, oh,